It seems that everyone is talking about what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, David.
Yeah, on Saturday night, comedian Michelle Wolf, well, she became the center of controversy over her roasting of top White House officials. Here's correspondent Candace Gibson.
The annual black tie celebration of the First Amendment under fire.
Trump is president. It's not ideal.
Most of the backlash from the White House Correspondents' Dinner aimed at Michelle Wolf, the comedian accused of crossing the line with personal shots at the president's team, including the press secretary, Sarah Sanders.
I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's lies. It's probably lies.
Wolf also roasted Kellyanne Conway.
You guys gotta stop putting Kellyanne on your shows. All she does is lie. If you don't give her a platform, she has nowhere to lie. It's like that old saying, if a tree falls in the woods, how do we get Kellyanne under that tree? I'm not suggesting she gets hurt, just stuck. Stuck under a tree.
This morning, the White House Correspondents Association responded to the criticism, saying Wolf's rant doesn't reflect the group's effort. In a statement, the association president says the event was meant to offer a unifying message about our common commitment to a vigorous and free press, not to divide people. Unfortunately, the entertainer's monologue was not in the spirit of that mission. President Trump also blasted Wolf Sunday night, tweeting, "The White House Correspondents' Dinner was a failure last year, but this year was an embarrassment to everyone associated with it. The filthy comedian totally bombed. Put the dinner to rest. Start over." The president skipped the dinner for a second consecutive year. Instead, he held a rally in Michigan. And the former White House press secretary, Sean Spicer, called the event a disgrace, to which Wolf replied, "Thank you."
So?
Well, I have to admit, I just laughed from a couple of her jokes, but I don't like it. I think that she was too mean. There's enough material to joke about with the Trump administration, but you don't have to be so cruel. Your thoughts?
So, full disclosure, I went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner for, 10 years in a row when I was in Washington. And the event was a hoot, and it was always fun to see your colleagues not on a story, but all dressed up. And sometimes the comedian was funny, and sometimes the jokes from the president and others was funny. But sometimes it wasn't. There were a lot of people in the media who thought it was very funny when George W. Bush at a White House Correspondents' Dinner joked about maybe the weapons of mass destruction are here and here. People thought that was funny. I mean, it's a little bit strange to hear the media now saying, oh, this was terrible. If the media doesn't want comedy, then hire a juggler or tell the president or whoever's going to speak not to crack jokes. But if you're going to laugh at some jokes, she's a comedian.
She's a comedian, but I don't know. You saw Sarah Huckabee Sanders. You know, I didn't feel comfortable watching it.
Yeah, but that's, I think, on the comedian. It's, and it's also on the White House Correspondents' Dinner for doing such a horrible job in getting a low-rent comedian like Michelle Wolf as opposed to somebody who would actually be creative and funny. But again, that's the responsibility of the White House Correspondents' Dinner to figure that one out. And then to turn around and say, oh, no, this was terrible. Well, the media is not in the best position to be making that argument.
Maybe one day President Trump will attend it. And now from Michelle Wolf to our Michelle McCory. Michelle, can we get a preview? What's on Clear Cut tonight?
Certainly a less controversial show than the one Michelle Wolf put on. We have a big show, however. Our top focus is the Iran nuclear deal. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu showing evidence that Iran has brazenly been lying about its nuclear weapons and that it is keeping an atomic archive at a secret compound. We will discuss that with our top security panel. And later in the hour, I sit down with the man who killed Osama bin Laden. Navy SEAL Robert O'Neill joins me as we approach the anniversary of the historic mission. It's an action-packed Clear Cut coming up at the top of the hour. You don't want to miss it. Talon David, it's back to you.
Sounds definitely fascinating. And David, you know how Kanye West got a lot of criticism for expressing his love and appreciation
He's got a bromance with Trump.
Exactly. So now it appears that Kanye West might also have a special relationship with somebody who worked for President Trump. And I'm talking about Anthony Scaramucci. I met him yesterday at the Jerusalem Post conference, and I asked him about that.
No, I love Kanye because, Kanye's real. And what I love about people is that you really want to see the expression of an authentic self. I mean, my only thing that I'm a little upset with Kanye is that I'm not really a dragon brother of Kanye's, okay, because I'm more of a rabbit if you really follow my Chinese astrology. So he would never tweet at me and call me a dragon brother, and so I'm a little mad at him for that. But other than that, I love Kanye.
Dragons. So would this make you a dragon sister of mine?
You're my dragon brother. I love it.
All right, cool.
Oh. That does it for this hour of Crossroads, all you dragons.
Much more after this.